and welcome to the Fitness Protection Program. I'm Coach MK, and before we get started over here in Rebuild, I want to talk a little bit about how we're doing things differently this month and hopefully in general. When we're rebuilding, when we're in a rebuilding phase, most of us don't like to stay in a rebuilding phase. We're hungry for those results. We're hungry to be past. We're hungry to be rebuilt. And that makes it really hard to focus on the day-to-day work when we're obsessed with tracking the progress. Not everyone will come in here with the attitude of, I want to get out of here as quickly as possible, but unfortunately that's generally how most of us have been trained to think. Runners are overachievers. We're badasses. We're amazing. We want to do things. We don't want to spend a whole lot of time preparing to do things, and that's what Rebuild was designed to do. If you've ever had to take a break, an extended break, say 6 months or longer for reasons beyond your control, be it injury or just life, this is the program for you. All of the strength circuits are designed to get you back to where you want to be as quickly as possible, activating, leveraging existing muscle memory, and really parlaying all the experience that you've had in the past into something that we can use right now going forward. To that effect, you're going to have a different strength circuit every day, and yeah, you're expected to do them. But here is where it gets a little bit different. You have two options when it comes to the strength. I'm going to show you the base move, and then I'm going to show you how to make it harder. And if you do week one over and over and over again, if you never progress past the base week, if that's enough work, cool, stay there. I don't want you to focus on the progress. I don't want you to focus on more. I want you to focus on doing the best work you can possibly do and asking yourself at every juncture, do I have enough work? Am I ready for more work? And if you are ready for more work, I will give it to you. But I don't want you to feel like I cannot get out of Rebuild, I cannot possibly move into Maintain until I have accomplished the hardest possible variation of this move. I swear, if that's how you're looking at it, you're looking at it incorrectly. That said, if you come in and you're like, I need more work, base week is too easy. I need more work, week 2 is too easy. I need more work still, week 4 with all the variations is way too easy. Then we're going to have a little conversation about what you're doing in here, and then I'm going to ask for some videos to check your form, because these moves, they're hard. We're waking up little tiny muscle groups that tend to go dormant when you're not doing something like running 5 days a week continuously over a long period of time. The big muscle groups will take over, even if they're not developed enough, and really shouldn't, because they've had a hiatus too. But I digress. What we're trying to do is make sure that every part of your body is moving together efficiently and in concert while we get you back to where you want to go. It's easy to lose sight of that, thinking about like, next level, almost like a video game, trying to get to that next level in Mario Kart. Not that I play or anything. I think they play, it's awesome. I love Mario Kart. But that's how we tend to treat our recovery, our rehab. We're almost ashamed to be here. We're embarrassed to be here. We're embarrassed it's taking longer than we wanted it to. So that makes it really hard to do the work that needs to be done day in, day out when we're focusing on progress, looking for it in the wrong places, and not really celebrating the work that we've done. You don't need to do harder variations or longer variations of anything here. What you do need to do is check in with yourself continuously. Ask your body, do I need more? Do I want more? Do I have enough work? Not in a challenge, but in a very practical manner. Was that enough? No, because also it's important for me to get your money's worth. And you're going to get your money's worth from being here, participating, joining, watching these videos, and doing the work, not from unlocking the top possible maximum achievement in level 4. Because that's the wrong way to look at it. This really isn't a video game. This is a guided DIY system designed to get a runner back on his or her feet as quickly and efficiently as possible. It also serves as a reset button at the beginning of every month. You're getting brand new exercises, a brand new training plan, and another chance to start fresh if life gets in the way for you like it has for me these past 2 weeks of May. It's been a disaster. I haven't run in 3 days. It's going to be okay. And the reason it's going to be okay is because I have a plan like this that I can keep coming back to. It's not like we've fallen off the wagon in the middle of a training cycle and now everything that we thought we were going to achieve is ruined. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't have to be that way. When we take the pressure off and we focus on the work and the consistency, that's when the results happen. To quote Bill Walsh, the best coach who ever lived, I will say this before I get started. The score takes care of itself. Focus on the work and the score will take care of itself. The results will follow. Don't worry about how long it's going to take. It's going to get here faster if you do the work than if you don't. On that note, let's get started. Now, I've designed these programs to be as cost efficient as humanly possible, to be the sort of thing that I could have afforded way back when we still had two piles of grad student loans and one income and two very small children. But that's my story. It doesn't have to be yours. So what I mean by that is, I don't need you to go buy fancy equipment, but it is worth your time and the $15 required to buy some resistance loops. Get a whole pack of them, varying strengths, varying distances, because you know what? You're going to progress through these more quickly than you would expect. With no further ado, we've got 4 moves in the Monday circuit. This video I'm going to break down Monday and all the upgrades, and then in the next video, subsequent videos, I'm going to take one day's base circuit, show you how to do it, and then show you how to make it harder if day 1, if your alignment is proper and it still isn't hard enough for you. Because if it's too easy, if it can be done and there's no burn, then you're not getting your money's worth, and that is very important to me. So here we go. Monday, we've got clams, reverse clams, pulsed hip abductors, and hip circles. So all of these in the first round, we're going to do 3 sets of 10, and we're not going to use a loop yet. So for a clam, I prefer to line up on the floor, because what we really want are our hips stacked on top of each other, our feet in line with our booty, and our shoulder in line with our booty and our feet. You don't have to be up. I'm going to be up because my floor is nasty. Yeah, that's how I roll. Going to take a deep inhale, followed by an exhale. With that exhale, I'm going to think about trying to lock all of the muscles underneath my armpit, get them all nice and activated. From there, lift and lower. It's not about how high you get. Higher isn't necessarily better. You're going to be sacrificing form. All we need to do, continuously 3 sets of 10. 1, 2, 3. Stay aloft. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When performed correctly, you should feel this in your hamstring and a little bit in your booty, and definitely there on the side. Do 3 sets of 10. Take as much breaks, as much time in between each set as you need. If that is too easy and you're like, what is this for? Grab a loop. Notice the color coding. The first thing we do, the first upgrade for all of these moves, is to add a band. Put that band around your knees. Line yourself back up again. Make sure those hips are stacked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 2 sets. You would normally have 1 more set. If that is not hard enough, I would challenge you to stay here. If you feel something, if you feel the muscle activating, that's good enough. We don't have to be burning in searing pain to be getting benefits here. Because in rebuild, we're trying to activate the muscles, get them working in concert, and then we will work on challenging them. But first comes the engagement, the activation, recruiting, and then we will finally be ready to challenge. All of the moves in Maintain were designed to challenge your muscles. If you're here, there's a reason. Let's respect that reason, and let's not get to the challenge point too quickly. You're a badass. That has not changed. What we don't want to do, what we want to avoid, is injury. And if we overload and we overstrain, you will be injured. You'll be back to square one. You'll be back in here, and we don't want that. If you feel something, then that is where you need to be. Stay there. 3 sets of 10. Next move, reverse clams. A reverse clam, you assume the same position as a regular clam. Hopefully you're on a cleaner floor. Plantar flexed up foot. You want to keep it just above your knee throughout the move. And then lift and lower your knee. You're going to feel this all the way up and down your IT band. Going to do 3 sets of 10. I promise, if you think this is easy, if you don't feel it, you are doing it incorrectly, because I feel it right now, right down through there. But again, the next level, if that's too easy, we do the band. That band as well around the knees. Get lined up. Plantar flex. 1, 2, 3. It is easy to do this and to take this position. That's not what we want. We want the ankle higher than the knee throughout. Okay, 3 sets of 10 there. Then we've got pulsed hip abductors. I would prefer, again, as always, that you start without the loop. And this is an abductor. We're going to put a little bit of softness in the standing leg. This is locked. When your knees are locked, everything's really tight. Locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked. It's not a squat. It's just a little bit of a release. That tiny little bit of release makes all the difference in the world. Unlock the knee on your standing leg, and then pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to do 3 sets of 10 on each leg. To be very clear, 3 sets of 10 on each leg. Okay? If that is too easy, after clams and reverse clams, then again, we grab the loop one more time. I strongly recommend you go through the entire series, though, at least once before adding a loop. Do it all the way through that second time the same way with the loop. If that feels challenging, great, let's stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the pulse. Try not to let your foot touch the ground in between. We're challenging balance and stability that's going to come from your core and your glutes. Because when we unlock that knee on your standing leg, your glutes should turn on and take over doing the work. 3 sets of 10 on each side with the band, and then finally we have hip circles. This move, again, very simple. Unlock the knee on your standing leg, lift. Draw a circle with that hip, and let your toe gently brush against the floor. Now, this is a lot of balance, especially on a glute that's going to be fatiguing rather quickly, which, once again, is why I advise you to go through all the moves as written before adding the band, okay? So, the hip circles, we're going to do 3 sets of 10, again, on each leg in this manner. And don't worry about how big the circle is. Bigger is not de facto necessarily categorically better. Controlled is better. I would rather have controlled and tiny over big and out of control with a whole lot of movement up here. That's not doing as much for your hip. That's going to stress out your lower back. Keep that unlocked. Find your balance. It helps if you have a mirror. Being able to stare directly into my reflection in the camera right now is a huge help. That's why dance studios have mirrors everywhere. You can check your form, and it makes it easier to balance, to have something to focus on. If that is too simple, grab the loop. Here's how the loop works with the hip circles. This is option 1. Around the thighs is always a little bit easier. To make it more challenging, lower it to your knees. Still need it harder? Great. Put that loop around your ankle. Three sets of 10. If all of that is still too easy, here's the final upgrade. Take a pillow. We're going to take your sense of stability away completely. I strongly recommend doing this on the pillow without the loop first, because as far as I'm concerned, if you could do hip circles and the pulsed hip abductors, if it's too easy with the loop and you can't find a loop strong enough, and you get that on a pillow, and taking away stability doesn't automatically make this more difficult. Standing on a pillow with your eyes closed, if you can do this, you are probably sufficiently strong that you don't belong in rebuild, and we need to chat about why you selected this program. If you can do all of this, awesome. If you can't, don't worry. Remember, the question you should be asking yourself is not, do I need to advance? Not, what should I do? What do I want to do? Do I have enough work? Am I able to do the work that I have? Everyone start with the base series. Everyone start with week 1. And all you do is week 1 over and over. Guess what? You're getting your money's worth. If you're not ready to up it next week to 3 sets of 15, okay. But I challenge you to try just one more. If you're not ready the week after that to go up to 20, if you never quite get to 25, you have still progressed. That is the opposite of lack of progress. If you're doing strength every single day, a little bit, it goes a long way. Don't discount the work that you're doing looking for results, looking for progress in places where it was probably not going to come anyway. It's not about advancing. It's about getting what you need when you need it, and frankly, a program that's going to keep you moving, doing strength, and being consistent during this period when you're trying to come back. So that's my lecture on a very high level of what we need to get out of the strength this month. The rest of the videos, I promise, will be considerably shorter. This is Monday. Supplement you will find in the membership area of your website, where you found the links to this. You will also find small printable photos that list, not photos of me performing the moves, little graphic designs listing the base series for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Print those out, have them handy, and if you aren't sure what to do, start with the base. If you aren't sure where to go next, add the reps, then add the band, then move the band, then finally take the band away and the stability away by standing on a pillow. That is the order of operations. You are coached, you are loved. I promise all the other videos in this series are going to be way shorter because that is everything you need to know about strength in rebuild for the month of July. Thank you.